There comes a time in every fight when it's been going on so long that the reasons it all began are far away and ancient news. When the only answer left is, that's the way it's always been. The way it's always been is broken. It's time to open up our view.
Let me hear my voice like I've never heard before. Let me see through eyes like I've just been born. Open up my heart, open up my soul to listen, to care, find goodness everywhere. Open up my heart, open up my soul to listen, to care, find goodness everywhere.
There comes a time in every age when there's no choice but to change, when we evolve and learn and grow and clearly see what has to be. And right now the only answer is, we are all made in God's image, worthy of human dignity. We're only free when we're all free.
Let me hear my voice like I've never heard before. Let me see through eyes like I've just been born. Open up my heart, open up my soul to listen, to care, find goodness everywhere. Open up my heart, open up my soul to listen, to care, find goodness
Set my heart free, set my mind free, set my soul free, set me free. Set my heart free, set my mind free, set my soul free, set me free. Set my heart free, set my mind free, set my soul free, set me free. Set my heart free, set my mind free, set my soul free, set me free. Set my
We are only free when we are all free to be. We are only free when we are all free to be. We are only free when we are all free to be. We are only free when we are all free to be. We are only free when we are all free to be. We are only free when we are all free to be.
Shana, wait, hang on. Oh my God, I have so many masks on today. Hang on, wait, hang on. Okay, whew, here we go. Shana Tova, everybody. Gamar Chatima Tova. Gamar Tov. We have so many special greetings today because today is Yom Kippur.
Woo!
And we want to welcome all of our Temple Emmanuel friends and family to our Shabbat service here for Yom Kippur. Now, if you were with us last week, you know that we want you to participate as much as you can today. So, if you have any special musical instruments, or if you don't have any musical instruments, and maybe you have some special things like I have in my special bag with me.
What'd you bring, Adam?
Let's see what I have here today. I have some Tupperware. Maybe you have Tupperware in your house. I also have a wooden spoon, and I have a glass jar. You have so many options to participate with us. We want to hear you here at Temple Emmanuel. I'm going to start with my wooden spoon and my Tupperware to start off today. And Brett, what are we going to start with today?
We're going to start with a song that is a Rosh Hashanah song. And it's because when we celebrate Rosh Hashanah all the way up until Yom Kippur, it's really like one big birthday celebration for the world. And I like to start with this song because a lot of the themes in this song are things that we talk about on Yom Kippur as well. So, head of the year, Rosh Hashanah, I want you to try and make a beat with me like this. Just like that. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. We're so glad that everybody's here. Very good. Now, I want you to rap this next part with me. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. Now you.
Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah.
Nice, Rabbi.
Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah.
Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. Rosh Hashanah is the start of everything. A chance to make something fresh. Let freedom ring. We blow the shofar to awaken from our slumbering. Alive, awake, alert is what we want. Now everybody say, Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. We're so glad that everybody's here. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. Everybody. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. Just the rabbi.
Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah.
Very nice. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. Tefillah means talk to God. It means to pray. Teshuvah means to return, to find your way. Tzedakah means charity. Give it away. On Rosh Hashanah, this is what we do now. Everybody say, Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. We're so glad that everybody's here. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. You try it.
Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah.
Very nice. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. One more time. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. We're so glad that everybody's here. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah. Teshuvah, tefillah, tzedakah.
Give yourselves a round of applause. Well done. I'm so thrilled that you guys are here joining us this morning. We really want to hear your voices, though, here at Temple Emmanuel, so maybe you can bring them up for this next song, which is all about a birthday. Just like Brett said, we are celebrating the birthday of the world, which started on Rosh Hashanah and goes all the way through today, through Yom Kippur. So put on your birthday hats. We want to hear you singing so loud to celebrate the birthday of the world.
All right, everybody. Yes, we are going to sing a song for the birthday for the world. Now, singing for the world is very different than singing for the birthday of just a kid. Because a kid can eat a birthday cake or a kid can get a birthday present, but the world needs something a little bit more than just that. So we'll sing about that in this song. Now, I want you to take your hands up like this. Hayom, hayom, harat olam. Happy birthday, world. Happy birthday, hayom, hayom, harat olam. Happy birthday, world. Hayom, hayom, harat olam. Happy birthday, world. Happy birthday, hayom, hayom, harat olam. Happy birthday, world. Now repeat after me. If you were a kid,
If you were a kid,
I'd buy you a gift,
I'd buy you a gift,
but you couldn't use it.
but you couldn't use it.
So I'll just say this.
So I'll just say this.
Hayom, 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 harat olam. Happy birthday, world. Happy birthday, hayom, hayom, harat olam. Happy birthday, world. If you were a kid,
If you were a kid,
I'd bake you a cake,
I'd bake you a cake,
but you couldn't eat it.
but you couldn't eat it.
So instead, let's say,
So instead, let's say,
hayom, 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 harat olam. Happy birthday, world. Happy birthday, hayom, hayom, harat olam. Happy birthday, world. I know you don't need
I know you don't need
presents or cake,
presents or cake,
but I want to do something
but I wanna do something
to make your day great.
to make your day great.
Now, if you're sitting there at home listening, I want you to think about and talk about what are some things that we can do for the world on its birthday? Because it's a big, long birthday party between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. So we've got all that time to think of nice things we can do. What are some nice things we can do, Rabbi?
You know, I think maybe we could go to the beach and pick up some trash.
I think so too. I think we could, you know, I was at the ECC today and one of the kids said that we could water the plants, and I thought that was really good
That is a really good one.
because plants need some water for their life.
They do.
All right, ready? So I'll pick up my trash.
So I'll pick up my trash.
I'll help out a friend.
I'll help out a friend.
I'll say nice words.
I'll say nice words.
And I'll say it again.
And I'll say it again.
Hayom, 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 harat olam. Happy birthday, world. Happy birthday, hayom, hayom, harat olam. Happy birthday, world. One more time now, hayom, hayom, harat olam. Happy birthday, world. Happy birthday, hayom, hayom, harat olam. Happy birthday, world.
Well done. Give yourself a round of applause. We were just starting to hear you here at Temple Emmanuel. We really want you to pick up your voices. Brett, do you think they could get a little louder?
I wish I could hear them all the way from here. I think if they're a little bit louder at home that we'll be able to hear them.
I think so too. Definitely, definitely. So as we talked about, 10 days ago was Rosh Hashanah, and today is Yom Kippur. Since Rosh Hashanah is all about thinking about the future, thinking about the birthday of the world, what we can do better in the year to come, today on Yom Kippur, we think about all of the things that maybe we did last year that we want to ask for forgiveness. And one of the ways that we do that is we take our fists and we tap our hearts as a reminder for all of the things that we didn't do last year that we want to do better in the coming year. So Brett is going to teach us a song all about tapping our hearts to remind ourselves to say sorry and to do better this year.
Yes, let's practice tapping our hearts. Now, who knows how to knock on a door? Knock, 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 just like that. This is the same thing we're going to do nice and light to our hearts. And we're going to say, wake up, heart, wake up. Because if you really want to apologize for something and you really want to show your friends and your family that you love them and that you want to be better in the new year, then you're going to wake your heart up by tapping on it just like you're knocking on a door. And let's practice like this. Tap, tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. On Yom Kippur, it's time to restart. Let's all do that together. Tap, tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. On Yom Kippur, it's time to restart. Now, I'd like you to repeat after me some of these words. We've made mistakes.
We've made mistakes.
We've done bad things.
We've done bad things.
But this is what
But this is what
the new year brings.
the new year brings.
A chance to change.
A chance to change.
A chance to grow.
A chance to grow.
With one small step.
With one small step.
Nice and slow.
Nice and slow.
Tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. On Yom Kippur, it's time to restart. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. We've used bad words.
We've used bad words
And hurt our friends.
and hurt our friends.
But these mistakes
But these mistakes
are not the end.
are not the end.
We'll do teshuvah.
We'll do teshuvah.
We'll learn to do good.
We'll learn to do good.
So we tap our heart
So we tap our heart
to remind us we should.
to remind us we should.
Everybody tap, tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. Tap, tap, tap your heart. On Yom Kippur, it's time to restart. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
Well done, everybody. I'm so glad that you are starting to think about what you want to say sorry for this year. And in Judaism, we start by saying sorry to all of our friends and our family, our brothers and our sisters and our parents. Brett, is there anyone that maybe you want to say sorry to this year?
I'd like to say sorry to you, Rabbi.
You would.
Because earlier in the service, I called you Adam. and you are a rabbi of distinction. And I should be referring to you as Rabbi Lutz.
I appreciate that.
And I'm sorry.
You know what? And I forgive you for that mistake.
Thank you.
And that's what we do, right? We hear an apology and we say, I forgive you. You are forgiven this year. We don't want anything to happen on account of me this year. Now, after we've said sorry to all of our friends and family, we also want to say sorry to God. And this next song called Avinu Malkeinu, which is a name for God, is all about saying sorry to God and to our loved ones around us.
That's right. Now for this one, we say, I'm sorry for what I did wrong. You try it. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'll try to be caring, more loving and sharing. Forgive me for what I did wrong. Let's try it again. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'll try to be caring, more loving and sharing. Forgive me for what I did wrong. Very good. Now we say, I'll try to be the best that I can be, which is all we can really do. I'll try to be the best that I can be. I'll try with all of my might to do what I know is right. Let's try that part again. I'll try to be. I'll try to be the best that I can be. I'll try with all of my might to do what I know is right. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. Sorry for what I did wrong. I'm sorry for what I did wrong. I'll try to be caring, more loving and sharing. Forgive me for what I did wrong.
Well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. It is not easy to say, I'm sorry for what I did wrong.
Very true.
Very true, right?
Yes.
So we continue now with another prayer that's all about God and all about the oneness of God, how there is only one God for us as Jews, and we want to remember that there is only one God. And one way that we do that, since we don't know what God looks like, is by closing our eyes and opening our ears and listening. So the Shema, which starts with listen, is all about that. So you can close your eyes, you can cover your eyes, but open your ears and listen.
Let's sing the Shema together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malechuto, Leolam Vaed.
Well done, everybody. So now I want to pause for a moment and tell you a story. Now, Rabbi Aaron likes to tell a story about his friend Shlomo. So instead of talking about Shlomo, I actually want to tell you today about Shlomo's sister, Shlomit. Now, Shlomo and Shlomit lived in a small little Jewish town in a big kingdom that had a king and a queen. And Shlomo and Shlomit every week would go to religious school. And they would learn all about God and how God is one, and all about Judaism and Jewish values and the stories in our Torah. So they knew all about Rosh Hashanah and all about Yom Kippur. So when Rosh Hashanah came around, they went to synagogue with their friends and family and they prayed. But on this one year, not only were their friends and family there, but the king was there as well. And the king sat and listened to all the prayers and listened to Avinu Malkeinu and heard all about how God was one, but also about all of the amazing things that God did for the entire world. And after Rosh Hashanah was over, the king went to the rabbi and said, Rabbi, if God is so amazing and does all of these things, I need you to tell me, what does God look like? There must be some form that God takes to do all of these amazing things. Now, of course, the rabbi was stumped. The rabbi said, I don't know what God looks like. We don't talk about what God looks like. Now, this got the king very, very mad, because the king needed to know what God could look like, what God had to look like to do all of the amazing things in the world. So the king went to the rabbi and said, you know what? If you don't tell me by Yom Kippur what God looks like, I am going to close down the synagogue so that you cannot have Yom Kippur services. Now, of course, the rabbi was so upset by this. He had to have Yom Kippur services. The synagogue could not be shut down by this king. So the rabbi went and did what rabbis do when we're trying to find answers. The rabbi went to the bookshelves and opened all the books. The rabbi opened the Torah, and the rabbi opened the Tanakh, and the rabbi read from the Mishnah and the Gemara and all of the Jewish texts to try to figure out what God looked like, but nothing There was no description of God in all of the Jewish texts. So then the rabbi left town, and the rabbi went out into the wilderness a few days before Yom Kippur and went out to see if maybe God would call down to him and say, hey, let me tell you what I look like so that, you can have your services on Yom Kippur. But the rabbi walked through the woods and slept in the woods and woke up in the morning and ate breakfast in the woods, but still there was nothing. The rabbi did not know what God looked like. So finally, it was Yom Kippur, and the rabbi had to go back to the town to try to do Kol Nidre. And as the rabbi was walking back to the town, of course, so upset because the rabbi didn't have an answer for the king, the rabbi knew that the king was going to close down the synagogue for Yom Kippur. The rabbi ran into little Shlomit, and Shlomit looked up at the rabbi and said, Rabbi, why are you so upset? And the rabbi looked down at Shlomit and said, well, the king is going to come and close the sanctuary because I don't know what God looks like. And little Shlomit, who had gone to religious school every single week, said, I know what God looks like. And the rabbi looked down at her amazed. You do? What do you mean you know what God looks like? And she looked back up at the rabbi and said, I know what God looks like because you taught me in school that we're all created Beit Tselem Elohim, in the image of God. So all you have to do to see God is to look at you and to look at your parents and your brothers and your sisters and your friends, because we are all reflections of God's image. And with that, the rabbi was so happy, he went to the king and explained to the king, and the king was satisfied. And then he opened the synagogue, and they were able to pray for Yom Kippur. And for all of us today, what we can remember is, as we are thinking about doing good for this coming year and saying sorry for what we did last year, is that we are all created in the image of God. So when you say sorry and when you say, I forgive you, look at each other as if you're looking into the eyes of God. Gamar Chatima Tova, may everyone be inscribed for a blessing in the book of life. And for all of that, as we continue, we remember. We take this time to remember. So we have a special song called Zochreinu, which Brett is going to teach us right now.
Right, Zochreinu L'chaim. That was a beautiful story, Rabbi. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Zochreinu L'chaim talks about writing us into the book of life. Now, that's a very big concept, but the way I like to think about it is how at the end of every week on Shabbat, we reflect on that week and how was that week and what are we looking forward to in the next week. And this is sort of a similar type of reflection, but it's for the entire year. And we look at the year and we say, how was this year all in all? And what's the next year going to be like? What am I looking forward to? And what was great about this last year? And what would I want to change? So this song is called Zochreinu L'chaim, Write Us in the Book of Life. It goes like this. Zochreinu L'chaim, and you can repeat after me like this. Zochreinu L'chaim.
Zochreinu L'chaim.
That's right. Zochreinu L'chaim.
Zochreinu L'chaim.
Remember us, remember us, remember us for life. Let's try that again. Zochreinu L'chaim.
Zochreinu L'chaim.
Zochreinu L'chaim.
Zochreinu L'chaim.
Remember us, remember us, remember us for life. Very good. Now, for a minute here, I would like the grown-ups in the room to talk to the kids in the room about one of their favorite memories from this last year. So I'll give you a few minutes, or maybe a second or two to do that. Rabbi, maybe you can tell me something exciting that happened to you this year. I know something exciting happened to you this year.
I think probably the most exciting thing that happened was our daughter Ruby was born.
That's right. That's a pretty awesome thing to happen. That's so great. All right, now we're going to sing about Vechot Veinu Besefer L'chaim and write us into the book of life. Vechot Veinu.
Vechot Veinu
Besefer L'chaim.
Besefer L'chaim.
And write us in the book of life. Let's try that one more time. Vechot Veinu.
Vechot Veinu
Besefer Chaim.
Besefer L'chaim.
And write us in in the book of life. Very good. Now, I would like the children in the room to look at the grown-ups in the room and tell them something that they are excited for in this new year. You have anything you're excited for in this new year, Rabbi?
I mean, Ruby's teeth are coming in, so she's almost able to like start eating real foods, which is so
That would be amazing. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. Then she can finally learn how good apples and honey taste without them being all mashed up.
I like that's very
Right?
yeah, very important, especially as we're going to do in just a few minutes.
That's right. Zochreinu lechaim,
Zochreinu lechaim,
Zochreinu lechaim.
Zochreinu lechaim.
Remember us, remember us, remember us for life. Vechot veinu,
Vechot veinu,
besefer chaim,
v'sefer lechaim,
and write us in the book of life.
Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause. You guys are doing so well this morning.
Rock
Now
and
we've got a couple, actually one more really important song and then a fun, silly song. Now on Rosh Hashanah, we learned all about a really special instrument that we blow at this time of year. It's a violin, right? You blow a violin?
No, it's not a violin.
You don't blow a violin. It's a tuba.
It's sort of, it's not a tuba
It's
though.
not a tuba.
It's shaped, no, it's not a tuba.
It's a guitar.
Sorry.
You're playing a guitar. It must be a guitar.
I can't blow the guitar. I don't think that's how it
No.
works.
Oh, wait. I think I have one here. It is
Wow.
a shofar.
A shofar,
It is
that's
a
right.
shofar. And we learned all about the 4 sounds that the shofar makes with some really special hand motions on Rosh Hashanah. But maybe we'll learn them again real quick.
I think it's always good to go over, especially because this song is so much fun to sing. Okay, so let's sing the shofar blast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear that shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. One more. I like to hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Now, the first way we blow the shofar is just a long, big blast, and that's called tekiah. So we put our hands up. Tekiah.
Tekiah.
Let's try that. Ready again. Tekiah. One more time. Tekiah. Very good. I like to hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Now the next way we blow the shofar is called shivarim, and it's really wavy. So I make this wave with our arm. Everybody make a wave with your arm like you're swimming underwater. Very good. Shivarim. Try it again. Shivarim. One more time. Shivarim. I like to hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Now here's a really fun way to blow the shofar. It's called teruah, and it's broken up. So I like to pretend I'm a DJ. Or cantor Lizzie Weiss says she likes to pretend she's a penguin like this. Teru, ah, 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 ah. Try it again. Teru, ah, 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 ah. One more time. Teru, ah, 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 ah. Very good. I like to hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Now, this last shofar blast is called tekiah gadolah because it's huge and it means we need to hold out the note for a really long time. Rabbi Aaron is really good at this one. I'm gonna try it. Ready? Everybody take a big deep breath. Tekiah gadolah. hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. One more now. I like to hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. That's right.
Well done, everybody. We want to wish you and your families such a happy, happy, happy New Year from our family at Temple Emmanuel to your family. And as we close with our last song, Apples Dipped in Honey, we want to remind all of you, little kids, be nice to your parents today. They might not be eating. They might not be drinking, since on Yom Kippur we fast. But we like to break our fast with sweetness to remind ourselves of the sweetness of the new year. So Apples Dipped in Honey will be our final song today.
Very good. It's called Tapuchim Udvash in Hebrew. Tapuchim Udvash leRosh Hashanah. Tapuchim Udvash leRosh Hashanah. Shana Tova, Shana Metuka, Shana Tova, Shana Metuka. Tapuchim Udvash leRosh Hashanah. Let's try it in English now. Apples dipped in honey for Rosh Hashanah. Apples dipped in honey for Rosh Hashanah. A good new year, a good new year, a sweet new year, a good new year, a sweet new year. Tapuchim Udvash leRosh Hashanah. Tapuchim Udvash leRosh Hashanah. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova, everyone. We'll see you later.